stage.
We should be like live. So yeah, it looks like we're live. So yeah,
Perfect.
cool.
Well, welcome everybody to Nier Automata.
Hey everyone.
Hello.
My name's
Hello.
Tektheist. I'm going to be running the game. I'm joined by Mytherium and Shabu, who are doing some commentary with me.
Hello.
Yo, I'm Shabu.
And I'm Ethereum.
I have an ad right now, so I can't even see what's going on. Alright, we're good now.
Nice.
I had like no idea what to say because I was just watching a.
Hold on. I need to
Sick
open my splits
movie
before we
trailer.
start. That'd be a good decision.
Yeah, sounds good.
There we
So,
go.
is there anything we really want to talk about before we get into the run?
I think just in terms of audio, guys in chat, if we're quiet or whatever, too loud, let us know.
Yeah.
We are looking
What's
at chat.
the audio like?
Oh yeah, let me put this on quality 160p. There we go.
Oh yeah, that'd be 360.
All right,
Echo?
fine.
How's the echo
You
gone now?
Convinced me.
Tasty echo.
Oh, yeah. Seems good.
Echo, apparently. Oh, okay. Never mind. We're good.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I guess we should start then.
All right.
Okay, let's go then. So this run is just going to be ending A of Nier Automata. There are runs that go longer. There are runs that go to ending E, but they are about...
And ending Z.
and ending Z, yeah, if you wanted to. There's actually runs that get every ending in the game, but they're very long.
But
Or some kind of
it's like 6.5 hours if you're perfect.
Yeah, just a little bit more time than we've got today.
Anyway, let's talk about A ending because that's what you're actually running today.
Yeah, of course. Do you guys want to set this up then?
Yeah,
Sure.
sure.
I mean, we've got this small little cutscene at the beginning that we have no way of skipping or haven't really found a way of skipping. We technically found a way to time save, but it turned out to be a through the use of an external mod, which is now not allowed because that would be cheating. But basically this...
I mean, you could totally make it shorter on the console version.
Oh yeah,
You just have to
go
wait
out-
like 5 minutes.
Right. But anyway, so this game, if you haven't seen before, I'm gonna guess most of you probably have if you're watching this, but it has a really interesting blend of gameplay of like shoot 'em up sections, side scrollers, action, RPG, beat 'em up, all sorts of wild, crazy stuff. And the first thing we're gonna get is the shmup. You're gonna see him using getting hit by these lasers intentionally so that he can use up large recovery, then medium recoveries. You'll see him take some more intentional damage here, and that's just to, you know, make it a little bit faster to move around in the...
Time to rock!
Requesting permission to
Jesus.
engage.
Alright, never mind.
Permission
I turned on the stream for a second and I heard my voice. I was like, oh, no.
Thank you for the donation, GB-chan, for $25, saying good luck, Tech.
Hey, thanks GB-chan.
Do you want to talk about the AI manips and stuff?
Yeah, so in some of these screens, you'll see Tech try to push some of his teammates off to the side of the screen, and those allies, while being off screen, can actually shoot enemies that are spawning in. And on some of these waves, it makes it a little bit faster. But a lot of this is just sort of knowing where enemies come in on screen and just shooting in the right place.
Yeah, luckily in the shmups, all the enemy spawns are pretty much static, so it's just kind of learning where they're spawning from and killing them as fast as possible.
Yeah, that's pretty much all it boils down to, is just memorizing all these waves and just like shooting them before they even get on screen. So a lot of the time, if Tech is doing his job right, come on, man, you won't even see most of the enemies, or some of them. A good amount of them will die off screen. So we're going to switch into this other version of... So we've already switched twice, right? We've already switched twice. So now we're going to switch back into another form, then we're going to switch again, and then a few more times you're going to see how just how many different camera options there are for this game, I guess. I don't know, man. There's not a whole lot to talk about here. It's really just trying to get rid of the waves as quickly as possible. We're just padding for time.
Luckily, the shmups are easily the most boring part of the game.
Yep.
But in terms of the camera shift, it's a rather common thing throughout the game. Ooh, nice. Not getting hit by some of those pipes there.
Yeah, trying to make it through.
But I guess in similar terms as like Devil May Cry games, where you sort of had the forced perspectives on some of these areas, there are areas in this game similar to that. But for a majority of the game, we have like a 3D camera perspective.
Can I say that this is probably my favorite part of any of the shmups? Is this this section here? Because when you do it smoothly, it just looks so cool. You're just like killing everything before it gets on screen. All right, he didn't spin. That's good.
Yeah,
And
very
that's
good.
the end of the shmup.
Yeah, now we get to see the game as it actually is.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Now I have something to actually commentate about. Now, Myth, you're a much more accomplished runner than I am. Can you explain the combat a little bit here?
Yeah, so right off the bat, we're going to be doing a specific move here to get a lot of damage done, and that's just through dashing and using our heavy attack. With the weapons that we're using right now, we're throwing out a short sword, and by doing a dash and then a heavy attack right after, she sort of throws it out and makes it spin. That spinning attack makes the sword deal like 5 times damage. So we really burn through a lot of these enemies much faster than you would casually.
You don't say.
And
You also, oh, sorry.
no, go ahead, Sheldon.
You also notice that, maybe not at this part, but when he was fighting those little tiny enemies that we call stubbies, they will be a pain in our side for the rest of the run. You'll notice he's flashing a flashlight. That's not just, idle hands doing, fun things because, haha, speedrunner, we play this game too much. That actually taunts the enemy and increases our damage output. So the 5 times damage on the, oh, by the way, that was a boss. It's over now. The 5 times damage increase on the damage glitch is what we call it, or damage exploit is probably more correct, but we're going to call it damage glitch or DG. Then later on DDG, but we'll get to that later. All of this damage is additive. So when we do buffs, we're going to do attack buffs. We're going to do taunting. We're going to do DG. It all is or sorry, is it multiplicative?
Yeah, it's multiplicative,
There
not
we go,
additive.
sorry. Yeah, I meant multiplicative. So all this stuff is just going to end up dealing an insane amount of damage.
Nothing's ever easy.
So even just right now with the 5 times and the 1.5 times damage, we are dealing a load of damage more than we would otherwise. You do have to remember, Shabu, we are on a bit of a delay.
Yeah. So Tech, just let us know if you do anything super rad.
Okay, I'll try.
I'm glad you're here.
So going up here on top of this bridge, what Tech is trying to do is use his attacks to gain as much height as he possibly can and just dash across the chasm instead of having to run around. We just take the short way.
Stop calling me.
So that's one of the sickest things about this game is that all of our movement options, everything that we do is tied to combat. So all of the movement is tied to, attacks. And then the way that we clip out of bounds is with attacks. And basically everything is using different weapons, or in our case, well, I say different weapons, but... Oh, is that a god laser?
Oh,
Yeah,
some
I
god
think so.
laser?
That was tight.
But those of you who are familiar with Devil May Cry runs, like, you guys are using attacks for a majority of the movement as well, so it's very similar in that sort of aspect.
Yeah, also, both games similarly have auto lock-on, which makes movement kind of awkward in some places.
I surveyed the entire
We'll go for the swag.
but couldn't find anything resembling
Why
our
would you
target.
not?
Maybe they, I don't know.
I mean, Tech didn't go for the
I know,
ring
I
skip
saw.
skip.
I know, I saw. I was about
But
to
at least you
comment
got
on
this
it.
one.
Yeah, that was
So
good.
going over that giant building thing with the staircase,
There
saves like what, less than half a second,
It's a bit of a hike.
but is
Yeah.
really cool.
Check it out.
But it looks rad. Another thing that we should mention about the attacks is there's a move called a lift, which he just did. You'll see it later. It's the up attack with the sword. So fun fact, Tubi's got nice dangly legs,
Wouldn't bet on
and if she hits ground while she's doing that, the game will say, oh, you hit the ground, you have another jump. So you can lift and then lift again, and that gives us way more height than I think anyone ever intended us to, and allows us to get over all sorts of invisible walls and all kinds of tasty things like that.
And once again, we're fighting this buzzsaw boss, except now there's two of them, but we really only see one.
All right, so Tech was trying to get a no buff boss fight there. Unfortunately, got hit on the end of it and had to take that buff, but it's really, really minimal time loss.
Yeah, it's around a second or so. It'd still be nice to not have to use that buff.
So there is, I would say, fairly minimal RNG in the run. Are you doing the mod, by the way?
No,
The
this is
DC3?
unmodded.
Okay, cool. Okay, so there are a couple different actually heavy RNG things in this run. They're not huge, and honestly, a lot of these things don't even affect you unless you're at the top level of the game. But the first thing is, this is just kind of a auto-scroller section. We're just waiting for a certain cue to come up, and so he's just going to get as much damage as he can by doing slow-mo damage glitch. As you can see, when you queue up a pod program, which was that laser that we used, if you got the 3 lines above the pod, it actually slows everything except for you. The only unfortunate thing is you can't hold it forever, so he's going to have to refresh it by pod firing. So he's doing slow-mo pod fire, damage glitch, and doing all that fun stuff, and he'll probably... Do you do slow-mo DDG?
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Okay, so later on you'll see an evolution on top of that, and it's going to bring his APM through the roof, and it's going to be a lot
Yeah.
of fun to watch, honestly.
The interesting thing about when you start doing double damage glitch, which you will see in a short amount of time, is you can actually change weapons while you're slow mode. So there's actually quite a lot of inputs for just for combat in a speedrun.
Yeah, and just to clarify on with the pod, the programs that we're talking about, those are effectively cooldowns that we can use. They deal in the speedrun sort of minimal damage, but it's mostly useful for having the slow-mo capability. But where is Tech going?
I think we're gonna explore the factory
about
at the
to
end of this
fall off.
bridge.
You're about to fall off the pipe, dude. Yeah.
So normally you aren't able to get all the way back here, but for some reason the developers never really thought of the player escaping these sorts of platforms where this giant boss is like breaking the ground underneath you. The devs never really expected you to escape that area and go like super far back.
Alright, so we're going to see a little bit of optimized movement here. He's going to go through that, otherwise he... whatever. This is the double lift I was talking about. Sorry, I just kind of lost my train of thought. He's gonna
Yeah,
do a little bit of thing there.
usually we have to go all the way around, like in a spiral around this guy and try to jump over some enemies, but instead we just take the shortcut.
Yeah,
Alright,
it's
these
very
guys are
nice.
nicknamed... Oh, did you get a good...
Nope.
Ooh!
We did not
Nope.
get good ninjas.
Nope.
So,
So
those
those guys are called ninjas
ninjas.
because they like to dodge all of the attacks you throw at them, and they're kind of horrible to deal with, to be honest. There is a strat to kill them all really fast, but I messed it up.
That's alright.
Yeah, no big deal.
Called ninjas for a reason.
Yeah.
So, Myth, there's like some really interesting stuff you can do in this fight while in the flight suit, right?
yeah. So essentially what we're waiting for here is between each of the attacks that this boss gives us, the characters are talking and going through dialogue, but we want the dialogue to end as soon as the boss chooses an attack. And so that way we can progress the rest of the prologue here. Now, what we were able to do if we get bad RNG, we can do sort of like a spam action of one of the menus for where we usually buff up. And we can cause the dialogue to continue playing while freezing the animation of the boss. And that allows us to line them up perfectly, so that way as soon as he chooses an attack, the dialogue ends. And it looks like good there. Yeah.
Yeah, he gave some weird attacks there. Normally we'd spam that a bit more, but he just kept throwing out some really quick attacks, so I didn't actually have to spam it that much.
So there's another cool thing coming up. He's going to take over Angles, or Boy Angles' arm. This animation, usually you do these attacks, and it's a really long swing, really long windup, it's really annoying. We're actually just going to dash, and it's going to cancel it. So boom, boom, boom. That's prologue.
So that's the first section of the run done, and now we are going to go up to the bunker, which is floating around the Earth. We're going to talk to 9S and do some menus.
Ooh, that was a late jump.
Actually, that's
really
a very good
late.
point. That's a very good point, Game Deer. The game is still set to DMC 5. It should be Nier Automata.
Oh yeah. Just So we've got the hardest boss of the game, which is a menu boss. Now,
Dude,
in this run, it
weird.
doesn't matter quite as much, but in E ending, in the second ending of the game, B ending, you see all of your horrible, awful menu movement played back. So you actually lose more time. You lose double the time in E ending. But in this one, it's just oh dang, you got that pretty good.
Yeah,
I feel
it's
like most
okay.
people-
It's probably the best boss in the game, in my opinion.
It's interesting because there's a bit of a science to it in terms of which buttons you can press and hold as like you're waiting for the dialogue to, or the text to proceed. So you can make it a little easier on yourself, but in most cases it's just a matter of like guessing when you have to input the right thing.
Tech, do you do the stutter step here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, someone really smart came up with that.
Who came up with it?
Who came out with that?
It was me. I'm not even going to keep that bit going. So something interesting that you just saw was a dialogue cancel. So you can bring up a menu by holding B or circle with your partner 9S to change his his behavior from like passive, aggressive, long distance, needy, a little bit racist, whatever you want. And that actually allows us to cancel a lot of dialogues because for some reason the game doesn't like running two dialogues at one time. So you're going to see a lot of our skips use dialogue to cancel other dialogue, and it's going to save us a ton of time over the run.
Yeah, we see more of those sorts of cancels in other categories, but we do get a fair share in this category as well. And once again, we're back in shoot 'em up section.
Luckily, this one's quite short compared to the others.
Yeah.
But you sort of see what we mean between changing different perspectives and what sort of loadout we have where we're either running on the ground or we're in one of these ships.
Everyone's favourite strat here, marble strat called Wullalulala. Which is basically just flicking the Strix really aggressively until everything dies.
The magic of a twin stick shooter.
It's great. With some people, you can hear the furious clacking of the controller hitting the outer rim.
Yeah, you gotta flick it real hard, dude, otherwise it don't work.
I flick it real good. So we're gonna fly into City Ruins, which is going to open up pretty much the actual game. Like we're getting into the real meat and potatoes game right now.
I'm gonna be really sad if Tech doesn't do this half-second time save
Yeah, so
on this cutscene here.
This is the only thing I've ever contributed to the Nier community, and it's that you can skip this cutscene if you wait till the right time.
Beautiful execution.
Saved. The skip that literally nobody else does. except for a handful of people.
So it's half a
Literally
second.
no one else except for other people. So he's just beelining straight to resistance camp. Do you do like camera yeah, so he's manipulating the camera so that he, well, until
I was
then,
trying to.
manipulates the camera so that he doesn't accidentally auto-lock onto an enemy. You're going to see that quite a lot in this run, because, again, all of our movement options are actually attacks, so our attacks lock onto enemies and really screws up our beelines. No, I'm not going to make the 2 beeline joke. It's not worth it.
But yeah, at the moment you can see my movement is I'm doing a long dash and then a punch. And this is slightly faster than chaining dashes together at the moment.
By the way, chaining dashes is faster than sprinting. For anyone who's thinking about commenting on YouTube that sprinting isn't sprinting faster, no.
But
chaining
Shabu,
dashes
we're
is
not on
faster.
YouTube.
I know I was talking about comments on other runs. Or, out of times I've seen that. Anyway, dash punching is many, not me, but many people find very annoying. So, fortunately, it's going to be replaced really soon. No, KJ, maybe later. Don't worry, you'll get plenty of puns.
This is 2B.
Did I hear puns?
Yes. Someone wanted me to make the 2 beeline joke. But, so we're just doing fetch quests, which is everyone's favorite types of quests. We've labbed this stuff out like crazy, using that slow-mo actually. Oh, a little bit of spaghetti.
You didn't say anything, don't worry.
just forgot how to bend down and pick up an item for a second there. Now this part, do you do the, whose strat is it that you shoot him and then you, like, go past the big guy? Someone want to explain that better than me.
That was either Damflesh or, I know Blue Metal, like, goes right up close to the stubbies and just pod fires to grab their aggro. But effectively, we're trying to kill only 3 of the enemies in this field, and those 3 enemies drop the items we need for the side quest.
Hold on.
Oh. It's a really good thing you caught that, actually.
Yeah. So exactly for that reason, sometimes the other enemies can drop items, and that can fool runners into thinking they have all the items, when in fact they don't.
So it's always good to check your minimap and make sure that that red circle that was there is gone.
Yeah, it's a good job I actually looked and didn't get all the way back here and then realised we had to go all the way back.
I've definitely done that. Then
Yeah.
you just reset.
Yeah.
I like that pun, KJ.
I did too. I was gonna actually comment on that. The game changers, that's pretty good. Little optimization there does dash swing, which is going to be our new mode of transportation. Screw dash punching.
More energy
Dash swing
efficient.
is the future.
Yep, so this is going to be slightly faster than dash punching.
Also, really important, he just upgraded his sword. And that's the sword we are going to be using for the entire run. Let's hope he gets another upgrade.
Ooh.
So what does upgrading the sword do exactly?
It increases the damage and also increases the attack speed, I believe. Is there anything else I'm missing, Myth?
Damage, attack speed. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, funny enough, the reason we don't do this from the get-go, like the reason we do dash punching is because before the attack speed increase, it's slower than dash chaining. Luckily, showing off something that we are going to use quite a bit in this run, which is SD canceling. So you can cancel animations using SD, or self-destruct, sorry. So when you see that noise, or as you see the red flash and you hear that ugly noise, that means he's doing
What was that
SD.
noise, Shabu?
I can't do that again. I literally don't know what I did, so I don't know if I could recreate that. But one big help is it gives us another extra heavy attack, which gives us a little bit more height. You're going to be seeing it used for a couple other things, and then you're going to see full SD in all its glory in its intended purpose for combat as well.
But we'll get to that later.
We'll get to that later.
Now, Tech is hugging these buildings along the right-hand side here to get to a vendor. He's going to be looking to buy some coveries, a animal bait, or
82 animal.
riding an animal. but also a special chip known as Resilience that will help him pretty significantly in combat, where as long as he doesn't lose 20% of his HP, he will have iframes. So he could take damage and just continue attacking and moving.
With super armor. It's probably
Yeah,
better.
super armor.
So this is in bounds. Well, now he is. But the reason he did that is he was picking up that save point. Yeah, those like gross vending machine looking things are actually save points. And he's picking that up because we're going to do a gnarly save scum later on. So all of that was lapped out. We actually used to take a moose, which I usually named Norman or Greg or something like that. Unfortunately, we don't have that anymore. Henry. Anyway, yeah, so out of bounds again. This is to skip Jackass, one of the characters from blowing up the thing and being really boring, cutscene, all that stuff. It's actually one of the earliest skips. It was around before I was, which is now a long time ago. He's snaking around here, holding the edge, grabbing another trigger so that he can go through here and not have to go through a cutscene. Saves about 4 or 5 seconds.
This sand sure is slippery.
Yeah, so a lot of the skips in this game, like the out-of-bounds sections, they're not necessarily to skip like huge chunks. A lot of them are skipping dialogues and cutscenes, because this game has a lot of mandatory triggers.
Yeah, it's quite difficult to try to navigate through the game, just trying to skipping some of those triggers. A lot of them we do end up hitting, and a lot of this is just sort of in the natural sequence of the game.
Yeah, honestly, it kind of makes for really cool looking skips because you have to go like and navigate out of bounds and get like the edge of the triggers and then go to another trigger and then you can go somewhere else. Is really, really freaking cool, and you're gonna see that at work here.
These are some crazy zigzags here on these sand slides.
He's about to do something that very cool man. I'm gonna stop that. This is
Another trick found
beautiful.
by Mr. Shabu Shabu on microphone here.
Now, what's that trick called?
Stupid Rock, spelled with 2 O's. I didn't name it. I didn't name it.
What's that?
But now for an actually sorry. I was gonna say now for an actually useful skip.
Yeah, much better skip. That was a really long stance, like holy wow.
Sick.
Yeah, I've been plunging to the right recently, and you can slide way longer. It's pretty nice.
Was that you Myth that came up with that, or who came up with
I
that?
came up with the
Magic.
first strategy, but I think Kana tried to refine it, and then Ame offered to go far to the right. And over to the Atom Pit, where we're going to be fighting a good number of enemies and a boss.
Yeah. Also, that thing about picking up triggers, he's gonna go over here, pick up a mandatory trigger with some fancy movement. Look at that. Yum. And then is he gonna get platformless? Probably. Here.
You better.
Oh,
Yeah.
There you go. So that platform is actually a mandatory trigger, but fortunately, Tubi can just like dunk her head on it, and it breaks it.
What is this?
She is made out of metal under the flesh, I think.
Yeah. And this is a good opportunity to also mention that Tech was equipping in his first weapon slot the same short sword that we've been using this whole time in the heavy slot, whereas it was in the light slot. That now makes it so that way we have the same identical weapon set twice, and we're able to throw one damage glitch out, switch weapon sets, and throw out another damage glitch while still maintaining the first, and we can double our damage.
He's also doing
effectively.
He's also doing the slow-mo thing that we were talking about. Fun fact, though, you can't switch your weapons while you're slow-moing. So you have to get into this rhythm of, like, slow-mo, damage glitch, pod fire, switch weapons, slow-mo, damage glitch, pod fire, switch weapons.
It's really satisfying. Like,
really
when
cool.
you get the hang of it, it's really nice to do. But it definitely comes with practice.
Yeah.
that might have been
just
really
estimating
early.
I think that was, yeah.
It was, but you're
Yeah, that's
probably
okay.
fine. Yeah,
Should be fine. Okay. So now we're fighting the boss. He's not wearing any pants.
He looks like a Ken doll though, so it's fine.
He's got beautiful hair.
Wonderful.
Lustrous hair.
If you want to see like that double damage glitch slow-mo DDG is what we call it. You can look at his input, his controller input, and just see how wild that actually is to watch. Also, did he get sword dodge?
Yep, I
Yeah,
got sword
he did.
dodge.
Oh yeah.
Which is sort of a weird phenomenon where the dialogue and the cutscene is tied to how much damage you deal. So we can skip a little bit of dialogue and that cutscene. Tech is taking a lot of damage here.
I like that you're like
Yeah,
a
this
second
is,
or two ahead of us, and I just hear ooh, and then I see it, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it wasn't the best last bit of Adam there, but Adam just be like that sometimes.
2842, faster than me.
I don't even need to talk about myself.
This is actually
yeah.
one of my favorite optimizations that was found by Remote Mine, where you actually use the pod slow-mo. Normally what happens there is a lot of the ground breaks away from underneath you, and really messes up your B-lines. So if you actually hold the pod slow-mo, since it slows down the world, those platforms don't actually break. Really nice.
It's super nice. Beforehand, it was such a coin toss as to whether or not if you were going to make it.
So we're coming up on that second part of the save scum that I brought up what feels like forever ago, but in reality it was only like 3 minutes. And really, really cool. This used to be just swag, clipping through this box, but now we actually use it to go into this trigger without going into this really long, boring dialogue. So he's going to get in range of the save teleporter or whatever, and then he's going to quick save, then he's going to load, and it's going to skip this really long dialogue. Boom.
Yeah, very nice.
Also, since we're on loadless, this is just like free time save.
Interestingly enough, on base PS4, this actually isn't faster if you were timing by real time. But
But
on
that's
PC,
mostly
it
because of
probably
the
is.
hardware.
Yeah.
Maybe we should.
So we are coming up to one of the more favorite parts of the run.
Roger.
No.
Incoming message from the commander. Initiating
Oh no. We're coming
One
up
of
to
the
tank.
skips coming up is genuinely terrifying.
We've lost contact with
So we'll see how it goes.
that were on their way to the surface.
It has a great name though.
Boxes are online,
Auto
so
scroller
we
coaster
presume
skip
they're still
is
alive. We've tracked the location of
just
their signals.
genius.
So
It's so
units
good.
on the surface to head over and investigate.
Yeah, we we have some weird naming conventions in the Nier community for the skips.
Yeah, we do. Are you grabbing spear by the way, just for?
Yep.
Location confirmed.
Oh, well, if everything goes right, I will be.
We should probably.
Oh,
Looks like our surface
yeah.
routes.
I'm not. I'm gonna. If this goes wrong, I'm just gonna pick it up afterwards. I think. I'll just eat the time loss.
Surprisingly, going over the barricade like this was really only timed somewhat recently. It was initially thought that you had to go through the sewers to grab one of the triggers here and then continue on our path. But since we're super, super fast, we can just go over the barricade. This is another instance of going over triggers that usually there's a cutscene in front of the amusement park, but we just jump right over it. Whoops,
Oh, you all right?
that was me.
So you have to like kind of snake around, go through a couple cutscenes here. We don't believe in cutscenes; they're slow. So we're just gonna. Wow, that was a really fast clip.
Yeah, that went well.
Yeah, because you dodged through it rather than did it with the plunge. That was tight. Anyway, so he's gonna go over here, grab some triggers. He's gonna get on the rail here, and then grab a trigger right here. Boom, grabbed it. I was gonna go over here, grab another trigger. Boom, grabbed it. And now he's going to attempt this skip,
Heavy.
which is really precise.
Nice.
Nice.
So Tech was trying to grab the activation trigger from the top of the coaster while still remaining outside of the coaster, because usually you get locked within the constraints of that. and we've just escaped that. So we're able to get the rest of the triggers for the coaster to spawn the next area. But what we're going to do is grab a nearby weapon from a location that we passed by earlier.
So tell
So-
me, how frame perfect is your spear dashing?
People who know
It's okay as long as my computer doesn't die.
Oh,
so what
So I was just wondering if we needed to give a warning for
You will.
seizure.
Well, usually if tech is like perfect within 2 frames, he doesn't even need to see the self-destruct logos.
I know, that's what I was saying. It's like how that's why I was kind of jokingly asking him how perfect is his spear dashing.
I was really
All
close,
right.
by the way.
That was
Yeah.
really close. I was wondering.
Because that run to the weapon is timed, we are sort of under a little bit of pressure to get there. But now that he has the weapon, he's effectively picked the weapon up for free.
Yeah,
Usually
basically,
we'd have to zigzag in order to get that.
all of that trick's essentially one shot. So doing roller coaster is basically one shot, and getting the spears one shot. If you mess up at all, you basically can't get them.
So
Now
this
it's
is
time
a-
for a really good boss.
Yeah, this is a lot of people's favorite boss. Something that's really cool with regards to the run is that you can't do her too fast. You have to do like right in the sweet spot, just fast enough. So you have to half cycle her is the optimal.
Yep.
Because if you zero cycle, then she'll do a full cycle of a random move.
So unfortunately, I was a little bit too slow there, and we got one cycle, but no big deal.
I guess tech, you will opt to equip spear later.
Yeah, I like having the dash punch for this next section.
I see.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So there we saw our first little tidbit of hacking. We don't see that in A ending too much, or if at all.
Hopefully we won't
But
see
we
it
do see
again.
that in other.
Hopefully won't see it at all.
I hope so.
Oh, I love that laser. That laser's so good. So you just
Nice.
use the laser to get rid of these very unfortunate dead androids that were in a line. Thank you,
Oh.
Blue Metal.
Yeah, that was one of Blue Metal's strategies.
All right, so we will see hacking one more time.
Just
But
one
hopefully
sec.
no more. Alright, now he doesn't care about 0 cycling, 1 cycling, half cycling, 10 cycling. He's just gonna wail on her and bring her down. He's gonna kill a couple of those androids again. A little bit extra EXP there. Then he's gonna go back and just beat Beauvoir and set up for a really, really cool and interesting trick at the end of this fight.
Oh, yep. And I always take the time to equip the spear in both slots, which is slightly inoptimal, but I think it saves me time for sure later on.
So there's a few things that go on here. Because tech did equip the spear, that allows us to do a different form of movement coming out of here. And tech is going to try to... Yep, there we go. He jumps and presses light with the spear, so that way he does a thrust through the wall, and he was trying to slow-mo the door as it was opening, so that way he can get the right angle and clip right out of bounds as he leaves the room, which is sort of tricky because it's a one-time opportunity. If he spends time to get that, then he wastes it if he fails it.
And that
But-
skips a good 10-second dialogue that we have to slow walk through.
And this much faster form of movement is pretty substantial. You'll probably notice the speed that we're moving at. We are no longer dash swinging like we were before. We've now evolved into spear dashing, which
It's very fast, very
Yeah.
ugly. It sounds horrible. I
for
hate
those
it.
of you
I
who
will not refrain from my disdain.
Yeah. For those of you who remember casually, if you ever experimented with spears and short sword, there's a specific attack that you do by like hitting light attack and then heavy attack. It sort of thrusts you forward. What we're doing is effectively doing that attack and then tapping self-destruct to play that attack again. and again and again and again and again, so that way we go to our destination. Because our sword is level 2, we're going faster than we would if we had a level 1 sword, and it's faster than dash swinging.
Operator 60 to 2B.
So while I was talking there, Tech spoke to one of the NPCs, but he also picked up a save point. That save point is going to be pretty important here, because we're running over to the resistance
Operator I kind of liked, but
on a moose.
Norman. This looks like a Norman.
Well, the moose
Is
looks
he
like a
Norman?
Norman.
Yep. This one looks like a Norman.
Is there a hidden meaning behind that, Shabu?
I just think the name's kind of funny.
go on living.
It's a good name. It's a good, strong name.
It is a good
for a moose. It's just a good, strong moose name.
I don't think I can.
Fortunately, you didn't get a boar. I always name the
Yeah.
boars Boris. The moose.
I'm
the
a little
moose-
disappointed that we didn't get a boar here, Tech. I was expecting more from you.
Yeah, sorry,
And
no bar
clearly
bouncing.
Are you saying you need me?
So we're a little bit of dialogue here. He's just gonna skip it. This door is infinitely more interesting.
Dorchan is a much better character.
Dude, Dor is so good. Dor skips all dialogue when we talk to it. Oh, well, just once. One-time use, but...
All right, so he's setting up for a really, really interesting trick here. He's gonna get hit, and it's gonna fly him all the way to Pascal's if he does this right. It is really dangerous.
He does have to slow-mo, just so that way he builds up enough momentum. He might still be able to do...
Oh! That's unfortunately
It's,
exactly what you're supposed to do. It's a
Okay.
death war.
You had me going there, Shabu.
I know. It's like you. It's not like you've run this game for 2 years.
Has it really been Oh my god. Has it really been that long?
and then
Doesn't
we're going to
feel
shoot
like
some kid as well as we come out of this transporter. Just mostly for fun.
Yeah, mostly for
Tech,
fun, not
Tech.
to skip
No, 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 no,
dialogue.
no, Tech, we're supposed to be chill.
Oh yeah, I probably shouldn't talk about my wonderful. Never mind.
Switch to OS.
This is an emergency
Switch
signal.
to-
Anyway, moving on.
Anyways,
Creating a Goliath-sized enemy inside the city ruins. Looks like there are a ton of other
so
enemies with it.
giant robots have
All
invaded the
units
city,
should proceed
and
engage.
we're gonna skip one of them, and it's gonna die anyway. It's gonna be really fun to watch. This is one of my favorite skips in the run because it's super silly. There's just a hole in an invisible wall, and you can just jump out of a boss arena, and then it just skips it. It's great. It's wonderful.
Yeah, this is real dumb.
This is one of those like how, though, but yeah, no, it's good. Also, slow-moing here again for more world purposes than anything else, just slowing down the rest of the world.
Yeah, there were 2 moose running right into a path. And because this is an attack, it auto-locks onto them if they get in our way. So I just slow-mode there just to stop them getting in front of us.
I mean,
Alright.
technically, if the world is moving slower than in respect to you, are you
No,
technically
stop.
moving faster?
I
don't know,
freaking knew
dude.
exactly what you were gonna say when you said, well, technically, and I was just like, I freaking know he's gonna talk about this. It's all relative anyway. But I
TB
am
and
actually
Smash
gonna say
when?
if you,
Sorry.
yeah, I
Carry
am
on.
actually gonna say if you have, if you're photosensitive or anything like that, there will be flashing lights the entire run. Just be aware of that.
Yeah, it might be a little bit late for that warning.
Yeah, I know, but I figure might as well. And woo! So there's a little hole
Managed
there.
to get through the hole.
Squeaked onto, slurped on through.
Dude, it's so good because that hole's really tight. You guys will find out if you ever try to
There
get
we
in
go,
that
into my
hole. It
notes
is
here.
extremely tight. So you just gotta slip in there.
Surprisingly, Tech is one of the few runners who does that trick in that specific way. Usually, what people end up doing, yeah, most people just end up double jumping through the hole, but Tech does it completely weird with like heavy attack and stuff, almost like
Why do you do that? It's so much easier. You just like
Oh.
run into the thing and then you double jump.
Because it
angles.
works.
Unfortunately, giving him missiles. Usually, what happens? I think it was because you slow mode actually, Tech.
Very possibly, yeah.
Because by the time that you're supposed to get to this boss here, he should be doing a laser attack, and the hitbox is different depending on which attack he ends up doing. And usually we can get the quick kill on here, but Tech went the slow way.
Yep. Well, I mean, sometimes that's
But
just
he
the
did
way it's
get the
gotta be.
slow.
You got to really appreciate angles sometimes.
God damn it, Sugoi.
Oh god. So this is just going to be really tight and clean movement. I actually really like this section. I feel like it's a section that people don't really care about, but I love this movement. Actually, no, I hate it now. I lied. This is gross.
It was pretty fun with dash swinging, but now with the advent of spear dashing, it's pretty crazy.
What? Sorry? It wasn't me. I think it's a random person watching this stream.
Whoops.
Must have been a hairball.
Yeah.
Guess we'll see once we get there.
Freaking hate spear dash. Anyway, you're gonna see these tunnels are kind of annoying sometimes. This is actually really good movement, I'm not gonna lie. Disdain for spear dashing aside.
Yeah, especially with spear dashing, depending on how your control scheme is. I know myself, I personally struggle with it pretty hard, just because in order to do the combo attack and still point the left stick in the right direction, so that way you're still beelining, is pretty damn hard.
Yeah, it's difficult.
So you might recognize this guy in the background with the beautiful long hair. He's found pants, so that's nice.
Our best friends, Alan and Steve.
I love how you change
No
their names,
relation
even though
to.
it's just they're both dudes anyway.
Well, no, I mean they have zero relation to Adam and Eve. I don't know who we're talking about.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
definitely
here's a good.
no kind of
here's a really
Yoko
good
Taro
example.
meanings there.
I don't think. I see no correlation.
But so he's just burning Eve down as quickly as possible because he's gonna get this kill, get some yum exp, and he's gonna do something pretty sweet. This is a giant invisible wall, super hard to get around, but fortunately we had Marky, and so we're just gonna do this incredibly high jump, get over it, and you're gonna go grab some materials, right?
We're gonna
And clear up.
do two things, because this fight is actually a dialogue. It's not actually a fight at all. Doesn't matter if you kill him or what. But what we can do after we kill him, we can break out this fight and actually clear out the enemies here. Get some materials here for a potential RNG drop that I'm probably not going to get. And this will actually just give us some slightly nicer movement as well when we come back through here, just after this dialogue's finished.
Surely you see the attraction of this. Are you insane?
There we go. That's the
Under
cave all
the-
cleared.
The catwalk.
Under the catwalk, yeah, that happens sometimes.
That was freaking. I was so
Legit
mad.
no idea why that happens. Like sometimes the boss comes out of bounds with you, sometimes the boss just doesn't.
Is to destroy you.
But there is actually a much more difficult skip that runners can't, higher experienced runners can do, with like escaping the boss fight, and while the dialogue is still playing, they're able to skip that even earlier and truncate the whole boss fight entirely.
A really insane skip as well.
Yeah,
It looks so
you
cool.
effectively deload the area that you're fighting in, but then you respawn in that deloaded area, but you have to escape like the void and return to safety, which is pretty tough, and especially in a marathon setting, it's difficult to get right.
Little dialogue skip there by jumping on the ladder, and she says, "Hey, how's it hanging?" And you're like, "Oh,
I beat you to it.
good one. Oh, wow." And then now we can teleport, so that's cool. We're gonna use that a lot. We have to go back to bunker and talk to Commander though, and then do another little dialogue skip, which is gonna be fun, and then wait around a little bit. It's gonna be tight. Look forward to it.
Dude, I always love it when Commander talks to me.
Do you?
Dude, I love
Did you
Commander,
flash
dude.
your flashlight? No. You flashed your flashlight while you were.
I have my flashlight mounted circle, so when I mash the dialogue, it also flashes.
Tektheist is a hacker, that's why.
Dude, it's so good though,
Banned.
for like
Banned.
burning resistance camp. You can like taunt the enemies as you're mashing the dialogue.
Yeah. I mean, I
Oh,
just
yeah,
do
for-
that by flailing my hands around wildly.
For those who have been wondering, the reason why we play this game on controller is because it's just better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The keyboard controls are really bad. I think two of us have
From,
tried
Yeah,
keyboard and mouse runs.
it's not that great of an experience on keyboard and mouse. Like far too many PC games ported over to PC
Yeah, unfortunately.
from console and stuff.
Okay, so he's gonna check for this RNG drop we were talking about.
I don't have it.
You don't have it. Yeah.
No severed
No
cables.
severed cables.
Yeah. So he's gonna sell his chips and make some room for hopefully some good drops. What's up, Hasma? Hamza, sorry. It's the only person I've interacted with chat. Anyway, ooh,
That'll do.
2 shockwave plus 2s.
that's pretty good.
Okay.
So some crit ups and some shockwaves. That's pretty good.
So those chips are going to help us with some damage, but we're immediately going to go into a long jump here, trying to skip over the...
Yeah. Not quite. Like
We're gonna watch
right
him
at the
disappear into a
edge.
bush at least.
What was all that?
There he goes.
No idea.
Bye, Jimmy.
disappears.
Say, 2B.
I tried to say Timmy and Jimmy at the same time. It came out Jimmy.
T Jimmy.
Jimmy. Chimichanga, the young robot boy. Anyway, doing some fun movement here. Just getting over to commercial facility. And we're gonna do another little dialogue skip, fight some enemies, you know. Same
This
old,
must be
same
the
old.
commercial structure Pascal was
The
talking
good
about.
stuff.
The records say it was once a
Listen to
facility
2B.
known as a shopping center.
The whole
Is it
time.
that noticeable on stream? I'm
No good.
kind
I
of curious.
don't have
I don't
it.
know if the bitrate is like ridiculous or not, but if the
I
screen
did
is
turn my
smearing,
game
that's probably why.
down just to stop B. Endless
okay.
running of 2B.
Alright, so that, again, pulling up that menu that allows us to change our partner and then running into a, well, not running, very slowly walking, actually.
Just running away.
Frustratingly slowly. Walking into a dialogue trigger, and then it just completely skips it. Ton of waiting around time. Just gone. Also, best boy is skipped, unfortunately. Goodbye, Emil.
Don't worry, there
coming
wasn't
up
a
on-
character there. Just some weird robot.
Is just ahead.
Just a little robot head rolling around.
Gosh, damn that movement.
Yeah. I absolutely love this area. Forest is super fun to watch from a speed game perspective.
Who is best grill and why is it Devla? Well,
I don't want to talk about this on comment. I hate, oh god, everyone gets angry.
who is the best grill? Yes.
I didn't know
They all
Devla
are.
had a
They
grill
all are, dude,
functionality.
that's the right answer.
That's a good answer. All right, just going over here, just very beeline, 2 beeline movement. There you
How are
go.
we supposed to
I
reach
think
that
he's gone
castle?
anyway. Person who wanted that joke.
Tech's jumping where he shouldn't be jumping. Reed. Come on, Tech. I know the beelines.
I do not know the B-lines.
I don't care.
But we're just trying to make it through the forest as fast as we possibly can. Even though it doesn't look like it, this is the fastest path here.
Yeah. All right, big boy skip coming in. Myth, do you wanna read out the Konami code, which is what it feels like when people explain the skip?
Yeah, so Tech is going to hold down jump and dash swing off of one of the broken aqueducts here and do a long jump over across the moat to the castle. And bippity boppity boom, he's across.
Yeah, big long jump.
But don't hold your horses, he's going to be out of bounds again in like 3 seconds.
Oh my god, the last time I did this run, a moose ran right here and would not leave.
Dude, I've had that before. It just kind of gets caught in the corner on the branch. You're just like, dude,
You're
this
just like,
sucks.
what the heck? This is my favorite too, because when I was learning this game, this has been around forever, by the way.
Yeah.
When I was learning this game, I was like, dang, this is crazy. It looks so cool, because it does. But then you realize that they put a nice little wall there, so you literally can't fall through those windows.
Well,
It's so
except
much
at the
easier
top.
than it looks. Yeah, at the very
If you
top.
fall
you
in
can
at the
fall.
very top, then it's sort of, yeah. If you do fall in, then it's sort of a walk of shame that you have to do either up to the top through the normal way or back out to the courtyard out of bounds.
Yeah, there's a really nice skip that you can do if you actually do get stuck in bounds. You press Alt F4, and then you just restart.
Dude, that's my
Never
favorite
thought
skip.
of that.
Annihilation? But why?
Yeah.
Let's go.
So my favorite character, A2, We're about to beat the crap out of her. Hopefully.
I hope so too.
Oh,
Hey, too.
this is looking pretty good.
That was an
so far, it's
interesting
looking pretty
damage
good. All right.
So A2 is a little bit of an interesting boss because she hits back. Pretty fast.
Dude, there have
That's
been
like the
some
only reason why
times
she's
that
challenging.
actually just feels like A2's putting together a combo video on me. Actually insane. Just can't do anything. Stun locked.
I mean, she's pretty good at it too.
All right. So, just there's an invisible wall there that forces you to go somewhere else, and it's got like a 2-minute dialogue. You can just high jump over it.
Tech showing off his swag there, slow-mo spear dashing. He's having to maintain heavy self-destruct and pod fire and pod program holding enough so that way he slows down the enemies and then makes it to the transporter as fast as he possibly can.
Yeah.
Because usually if those enemies come too close, then they deactivate the transporter.
Yep.
It's still pretty swag.
It's a nightmare when that happens.
I personally like to shoot the children every time I come out of that teleport.
Let's stay
But
sharp
these
and
shot-
remember the resistance
What
camp.
did I just
We should
say?
run a check on our consciousness data.
I forgot to.
Like-
oh,
like
look, this
30
is
minutes
Shabu's
ago.
fault. Talking about shooting kids made me forget to shoot the kids.
I'm sorry.
Not like this.
We lost the whole
we're on.
2 seconds there from not shooting the kids.
Oh, can chat hear some sick Grune facts? Yeah, sure. I'll look up Grune's Wikipedia page.
Oh,
Sorry if you hear me clicking. It's me clicking. I'm
I'm gonna
typing.
look in Ballista's
Grune.
chat.
Why
See,
did you ask
Theodore
Pascal
Grune.
about it too? It's not
Carl
recommended
Theodore
to
Ferdinand
interface with
Grune.
machines without
All
consulting
right,
command.
we're about to come up on the most exciting, highest octane.
Machines
Ooh,
are
baby, it's so
Don't
good.
forget
Part
it.
of the run.
Oh, I
Actually,
should
we do have a
assist
skip right here. He's gonna talk to an enemy real quick. There was a skip in the music area. He's gonna go here. He's gonna go behind the fence. He's gonna pick up a trigger. It's gonna be really exciting. So check this out. All right, so he's gonna do a plunge here. Sploosh. And then another plunge. And then he's gonna pick up this cutscene. And then he's gonna go over to Green. Gonna do some fighting. Gonna fight can I call it the dick chicken?
Yeah, Dick
If
Chicken.
you haven't
That's what it's
noticed,
called.
this is the intended way of going to
Androids don't need
the flooded city.
So this is
This big boy
You
here
can
is called Dick Chicken.
unfortunately you killed him too fast. You couldn't see the attack, so now it just sounds weird.
Yeah, he has a move. There's a reason why he's called that. You're just gonna have to believe us.
Just trust us.
Wow, Tech inside jokes, man.
Oh.
Just play this game and you will see the attack. You will understand.
you will.
As soon as someone
Alright,
said,
so-
yeah, that guy's Dick Chicken, I was like, oh, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Okay, so something really cool about the skip that we did to get, like, we got the cutscene, then landed over here, is that there's a dialogue that just skips another dialogue, and now we don't have to wait around and listen to people talk. If you're really cool, then you skip that first pod we picked up in desert and fish for pod B here, but that's fine. That's only if you're like really freaking cool. Like,
How many
really
cool guys have done that, Shabu?
One, literally one.
I'd say
Oh, actually, no, that's probably not true.
66% of this call have done.
Oh, have you done it too?
Not an A, but back when
Oh,
we did
yeah,
an E.
Oh, okay.
Dude, those were the days.
Those were the
I mean,
Pod B, E ending,
Okay, I'm sorry.
weapon attack up.
I'm totally wrong. It's probably like 8 people have done it. So only the cool people, though.
Only
I
the coolest. people.
still kind of think it might be worth it if you do it like immediately and grab the spear as
Yeah,
well.
I got it. Last time I did the run, I got Pod B.
Oh,
first
really?
try.
First
Yeah.
try? Dude, that's nuts.
Yeah, it's so good in Resistance Camp. It's like so ridiculously good in Resistance Camp.
Yeah, I can imagine. Or just anywhere where you have stuff lined up.
I still want to check because if you alternate Gatling gun and Pod B, it technically has firing happening at all times from both. And I want to.
I don't
Like, I
know
wanna
if it
see-
starts ticking at the same rate, though.
That's the thing. I
Because
don't think
know-
it does. I don't think Wire does.
Come under heavy fire from the enemy.
Yeah, like the noodle from Pod B doesn't. It ticks slower than the fire rate of Pod A, which is like the Gatling gun that we're using right now. But I forget if it deals more or less damage per tick. Probably less. So it ticks slower and it deals lower damage.
Oh, what I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
is switching, like, weapon swap. Like,
Yeah,
over and
I
over again. Like,
guess.
if you spam it.
Just spam it, dude.
I just don't know if that's worth it or not. Maybe on multiple targets, but like definitely on single target.
I'll show you.
I don't know, I
I think
like
I
the
know-
idea of
I think
adding
I know
more
what you're talking
inputs.
about, Joey.
It's definitely something this game needs.
More inputs.
But yeah,
Yeah.
guys, if you guys have any questions in chat, feel free to ask them or donate them.
That now
Definitely
would be the
donate
time.
Now would be the perfect time because we're gonna meet the disco whale. Not right
Yeah.
now, but pretty soon.
Yeah, so he's just gonna buff up here, right? Yeah, you buff up, then you do 2 pod programs. Right in this Goliath flyer's face. And then we just kind of wait for it to be over.
Hope you guys like shmups, by the way.
We were
Yeah,
in
this
it.
is like a 10-minute shoot 'em up section. I don't think
Yeah.
we mentioned that.
I know, we were trying to avoid it. We did our best. But yeah, we're in a 10-minute auto-scroller shoot 'em up. Well, not entirely auto-scroller, but for the most part.
Tech is gonna despawn the enemies, right? I
No,
hope so.
we are not doing that.
Yeah,
Dude, come
Last
on.
time I tried that, I lost 5 minutes.
Do it.
No.
All you have to do is wait until
No balls.
2B gets knocked back by the explosion, and then make your way slowly up to the right-hand corner of the screen.
Nothing could ever go wrong. Yeah, I don't know
Nothing could
how-
ever go wrong.
I'm not doing it.
Oh, come on.
Do it. Do.
Okay, if we lose 5 minutes, it's on you guys.
Japan. It's not that difficult of a skip.
It's
You're
literally
saving your
so
hands
easy you
long.
could do it casually by accident.
Okay, so she gets hit. Don't go to the corner. No, you might have missed it. If the enemies spawn and you don't get the cutscene, then you lost 4 minutes.
But the enemy's electromagnetic camouflage is making it impossible to aim.
Why do I know that? Because I've done it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that all? I know,
You
I
might wanna
know,
stay
but
more in the
it's
corner.
only way.
You might have lost it. Oh, wait. Did he do it? Hey! So normally there's enemies that spawn here. So Tech gets like 2.5 minutes of break.
Yeah, I don't know why we did this.
Oh, it just makes it even
We
more.
are showing the people the swag. Think of
Yeah.
that.
This is the coolest thing. Yeah, Rip level 15,
This
by
is-
the way. Should have killed Tank when you had the chance.
Tank plus spear.
I'm gonna go turn my light on.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
We've got
go
some
for
time.
it. Stretch your legs.
So, Mr. Disco Whale in the background is named after Carl Theodor Ferdinand Grun, nicknamed Grun. Carl Theodor Ferdinand Grun was born in Ludenscheid. Well, yes, Luden. A Westphalian town then under Prussian control. His father was a schoolmaster. His younger brother Albert Grun was a poet who later gained some notoriety for his role in the revolution of 1848 through 49.
Shabba, where can I read along with these facts? You can
On
just
the
post them in chat.
Wikipedia page. That's where I'm looking. I'm not in fullest chat.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah. I'm not gonna promote another stream while I'm on a stream.
No, I thought you were gonna post the wiki page.
Oh, the wiki page? Yeah, I got you. Here you go. If you guys want to learn all about this. Okay, so actually this part is not, this part is very much not an auto-scroller. This is really important, and he's going to be attacking these little orbs so that he can attack the big orb and hopefully not get the worst RNG that he just got.
What the heck?
Look at Invisible
was
9S doing all this damage, by the way.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize 9S despawned.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
What the heck?
apparently us despawning, the enemies also made 9S despawn. But when 9S is despawned in these sections, he just instantly kills everything. Other than, I guess, the boss.
I've never had that happen.
Look, here we go. Look at 9S go. Everyone
Marvy.
what's up,
hey.
dude?
Hey, let's go Invisible 9S.
Having trouble over there?
Invisible
This is how
9S
you play this game.
Usually he respawns here. What the heck?
Also, right here, you can clip into Groon just by
What the-
wildly mashing dodge
What is
forward.
going on? Usually 9S respawns by the time
Oh,
this
yeah.
plant.
You can go in through the pipe. Go, go,
Exactly.
go, 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 go.
Exactly.
It's a bombing
Blue,
mission, dude.
well-named game.
Yes. Yeah, you can also lock onto his like cannons on his back by doing that. It's really funny.
I know you can
Finally, 9S is
you
gone.
can blow them up. I don't know if you can lock onto them
You can. You can lock onto them.
in a flight unit.
Well, they like the auto lock on.
What?
They show up.
What?
Does no one ever?
I
Said,
don't
yeah,
know
watch
what you're
streams.
talking about, dude. You're on your own.
I don't know
so-
what you're talking about.
Guys,
Thing's armor is too thin.
I do this every run.
Oh my.
2B, let's try for a more direct approach.
Okay, but now either way, we've
Can
got to
lock
drop
on in the
3
flight
loads
unit?
in this
What
big
the hell
boy's
are
mouth.
you doing?
Some fire and it's
No, you can't lock on in flight unit. It's the auto lock on. If you go into,
I don't
if you go
follow.
inside of Brune, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay. I haven't gone inside of Groon. I'm too
Two
big.
loads. Yeah, the auto lock
You
right
can't
now
handle
shows
me.
up.
Hey, so we just shot some coastal interceptor cannon bullets into his face.
Big loads.
Yeah, just drop 3 big loads right in that big boy's mouth. He's got to do it.
Wow.
What?
Poor Groon. Poor Groon. Poor real life
Groon.
Groon.
I know. Feels bad, man.
He's long dead, but like poor real life Groon. He was a famous philosopher for this.
What did he philosophize?
Sorry.
Sorry, I keep knocking over stuff on my desk.
I can hear it.
The Varian's so angry at Grunny smashing up his room.
Yeah. Myth is so bored that he's resorted to
I'm not
throwing
bored. Excuse me.
shit at the walls.
Did you know that Groon followed Hess and the true socialists, claiming that the struggle for human emancipation could not be successful unless critical philosophy became socialist and socialism were infused with philosophical criticism?
And I really wish that we had gotten like tea for this bit, so we could just be
You're telling
sipping
me
on
you
some
don't
tea.
have tea?
I ran out.
Texture
Already-
has tea.
already
but
drank
does.
it.
Dude,
I'm
I've got
sure
plenty of tea,
Zach has-
but I'm not drinking it.
Why are you not drinking it? You should be
'Cause-
drinking it and running.
I have fruit juice.
You should have been drinking your tea when you took your 1.5-minute break.
Dude,
Okay,
if I did
guys.
that, I'd have to use a bathroom.
Guys, is like fruit tea, like pineapple tea, is that fruit juice?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Depends what percentage of tea and what percentage of fruit juice, right?
I guess, but it's like, you know, like, by the way, throwback to when during a race we read the B-movie script during
I remember that.
I was gonna run. I was gonna read Game of Thrones during one of my ones, but that never panned out.
yeah.
Is hot dog a sandwich? Dude, that's a real question.
That is a very good question.
Okay, wait, I have one. I have one that's like, okay, you ready for this? You ready for this? If you have 2 lasagnas and you put them on top of each other, do you have 2 lasagnas or 1 lasagna?
Yeah, that's one big boy lasagna, dude.
I think it's 2, personally. I still think it's 2 lasagnas
Well,
on
no,
top of each other.
because it depends on how the layers of the lasagna are put together. Like, if there's cheese on only the top, but none of the other layers have cheese, then like,
Big lasagna. Alright. Sigurd has betrayed me. Everyone's betraying me.
I'm pretty sure it's 2 lasagna.
Oh, no. I see, Myth, you're with me. Chad is against us.
No, dude, it's one big lasagna, I'm telling you. Like, if you think about if you get like
Tech, you
one
also
pizza
go
and
right
another
pipe.
pizza, you put those on
Yeah.
top of each other. That's a big
I think
pizza.
we're 2 to 1 here for left pipers versus right
Yeah.
pipers.
I was gonna make a comment about it. God, it makes me so sick.
It makes
that
me sick.
Right Piper exists.
I can't believe I'm commentating for Tech.
Is a crushed hard taco shell a chip or breadcrumbs? Oh, that chip easy. Or a crushed hard taco shell. Breadcrumbs?
I'd say it's a chip. It's like a Tostito chip.
Yeah.
But it's
I
all
mean, the
broken.
way that you make that in bread is kind of different.
Yeah, it's kind of the same.
Especially if it's well, a hard shell taco is a corn tortilla.
Yeah.
By the way, doing these cores again. I'm sure everyone wants us to talk about.
God,
that.
how many more of these things do we have to kill?
It's the last one, I think.
This
right?
this is it. We're done.
You're a Tostito chip? No, marble.
Wow,
That was
thanks,
just dumb.
Marbles.
The lasagna one was better.
Does that mean you want to eat me marbles?
Oh.
Dude, I'd eat Marbly.
All right, it's over. So one really cool thing about Groon that I like to talk about is that it's basically the gatekeeper for some of the coolest skips in the game. So once you get past this, you're in for the big boy time. Everything has been tutorial. Everything has been an intro for what's about to happen. We're getting to the big boy times. So the very first
Say
thing
the
you're
A
gonna
ending.
do. What?
Nothing.
What'd you say? A ending? What?
Only the E ending get to experience the true.
Oh
nature.
yeah. Well, only the A to Z runners get to experience the real true.
Well,
Only 98% quests runners.
Well,
get to
only
experience,
100%. Anyway, just doing some drown warps to get around some stuff, move a little bit quicker. We're coming in on a really, really fun, very precise skip that we call a copied city clip.
so
Tech's gonna try to go for the jump spear method, I believe.
Yep.
Oh.
So this.
The notion behind. Oh, sorry.
No, go on, dude.
The notion behind this skip is that we're trying to clip through one of the pipes here to get down to where we're going instead of having to wait for dialogue and all that. But in previous attempts, using a heavy hold, using a heavy hold is a lot more difficult to get through that clip, but we can just jump light attack with the spear and we can just get right through pretty effectively.
Sugoi-chan gets it, by the way, only mackerel runners. Just kidding, that's the worst category ever created. Never run it if you want to like this game. So, anyway.
Fish percent is the best.
See, I feel like fishing percent is long enough that you're like, okay, I get some bad RNG, but mackerel, it's like you get a... Anyway.
Dude,
that's a rant
fishing
for another
percent is
time.
soul crushing. I will tell you that now. I have never. Oh, dude, I'm pretty sure
No.
that run
Dude, what
made
is
me
it?
quit
No.
this game for 6 months.
Beetlefish.
No,
What
Tech,
was it?
do you want to know what is soul crushing? Running mackerel every day for 8 months to have Wushang catch the mackerel on his 4th try.
Love,
Anyway,
religion.
Oh, nice. First try there.
The more
good.
human
Yeah, clipping out of bounds. This is called mansplaining skip.
charmed I am by their
Oh, Hashtag's in chat, dude. You just
I'm
called
still
him out.
mad.
areas I created
I'm still
out of
mad.
the desire
Damn.
Wait, this skips some
We
really
got some
long dialogue.
Hard feelings up here and on
Doesn't
Reddit may
Wushang
cry. Oh,
also
boy.
have the fishing percent world record?
more than an android graveyard.
I think Wushang does.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
I
I,
know
never
Litz,
ran it.
I know Litz got a freaking beetlefish on like, his first
Yeah,
catch.
he
Like,
did. I was racing with him. It was horrible.
So
I know.
basically, he was waiting for a certain part of dialogue, goes into the elevator, which causes more dialogue, and then we use the dialogue to overlap the dialogue and skip more dialogue.
Oh god.
Classic.
Did we even talk about English voices?
Oh yeah,
That's
English
so
voices are
rubber.
fast. We didn't. English voices are faster. That's why we run on English voices.
Hey, so look, Alan has pants.
That's a
And
shirt now.
Shirt.
And a tie.
Nice little fancy tie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tie. Yeah, beautiful.
Is that a scarf or a tie?
Yeah,
like
it's a
mix.
scarf. It's a scarf tie.
It's an ascot. It's an ascot.
Okay,
I think.
yeah.
I think it's an ascot. He's also got some gloves and
Those
glasses.
gloves. Those gloves are pretty cool.
Those are pretty cool. Anyway, this is a boss fight, so normal boss fight stuff. You know, fighting.
He
all that
also
good stuff.
he also has glasses. He can read.
I said that. Thanks for
Oh,
listening.
did you?
That's
Oh,
how you
sorry.
know he's smart. Because he has the glasses.
I have glasses and I'm not very smart.
I have glasses too. I'm not very smart either.
You have glasses? Oh yeah, you do.
I caught a mackerel once, first try in 300 runs.
Damn.
Anyway, I'm over it. I'm over it. And it was on the worst run. It was so bad. Whatever.
So we're doing more dialogue skips here. That computer lady's pretty nice. We're also buying some stuff from our good friends Devila and Popola. who who are they?
Recognize current trends in
It's not important. Pretty sure.
That's not
They're
important.
just cute.
It's okay. In
So
any
we're
of the
reading more
speedruns, you
mail.
don't know who they are anyway.
Yeah. we're reading some mail and going to some places I don't really know.
I suppose he might know something. Pascal.
Can I bring up the
can you hear
fact
me?
that when people donate to Nier and they say become as gods,
Oh,
it's
hello,
like,
2B.
you do realize you're talking about
I need to
suicide,
know
right?
if you've seen any new trends or behaviors
Wait,
among
that's
I
what
guess
that was
I-
about?
But I want to become a god.
Yeah, I think you're
I guess we
misinterpreting Shabu.
Shabu,
talk about
Shabu, you will not tell me what I can or cannot do. If I want to become a god, I will become a god.
Okay, I didn't say you couldn't. I was just asking if we could talk about it.
If that's
Yeah, we
what
can
they
talk.
want, why don't they move
Speaking
in?
of donating the message, become as god.
You should do
Um,
that.
Say,
Indeed. Apparently, it's located in the abandoned
The children. For the children.
The children. Not the ones that we've already shot. The other ones.
Yeah.
Oh my. Tech.
Do it for the children, guys.
For the children.
Are you getting the, Okay. So this is faster. I'm gonna say that now.
This is
The Pantsu
also the
strat.
best strat in the entire game, I want to say that now. This strat is called upskirt strats.
Blast AB3 for finding this.
Yeah, so
So usually this doesn't really work with casual players because they don't expect to turn the automatic camera rotation off, but many runners actually find it a lot easier to play with auto camera rotation off.
Oh yeah. Tech, be careful with your movement. You have shockwaves.
yeah, that's a
he
good
can't,
point.
He can't kill him.
But I was also
The
taunting.
shockwave? Are you kidding me? But Tech going for the crowd pleaser.
The crowd pleaser. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Chat's down. Chat's down.
Kiss me softly. Yes, Speedrun. Exactly.
Kiss me softly. Yes. I like that. That's pretty funny. Ugh. All right, now we're just waiting for this guy to open this elevator. Oh yeah, and then you talk to Pascal here because it saves 6 seconds for some reason.
Yeah, Pascal has a very interesting dialogue that he actually makes the elevator take longer to load the next area, so we end up talking him to skip him talking to us. It's very confusing. Don't question it. So we're looking up to the ceiling, because otherwise if we're attacking in this hallway, we just auto-lock onto enemies. There were
there's-
enemies in that hallway, by the way.
Yeah,
Wait,
enemies
really?
at either side of a very thin hallway.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest, I totally didn't know. I thought we were
Dude,
just
that was my
appreciating the
strategy.
architecture.
That was my strategy.
It was a joke.
I did
knew
that way before people started spear dashing.
It was a joke, man. I was talking about the architecture. I thought it was clear.
Oh, I see.
joking.
Sorry. I will. So we're holding pod slow-mo here and inspecting this pipe.
Yeah, so this I actually do really want us to talk about instead of just, bantering. Because this is one of the sickest skips in the game. We're going to be going all around Zip Zop Salmon, around, grabbing triggers, all sorts of crazy stuff, but Myth is better at the game and probably better at explaining it than me.
That was a good layup. So we get into this elevator, hoping Pascal joins us, but at the bottom here is 9S in the robot. He's going to tell us to go and do the thing, and we're going to do the thing. But we're not interested in doing it the right way, we're doing it the wrong way. So we're going to clip out next to these pipes here, hopefully,
Well, maybe.
and get out of bounds to effectively reset the elevator. Now, normally, if you were to just re-enter the elevator, you can't take it back up, but if you void out of the map here, you effectively reset the state of the elevator. So you can open it, get in, and go all the way back up to where we came. But we're not done yet. So we do need one trigger down in one of the silos, so we are going to go out of bounds again, but make a small detour to pick up that trigger.
But that's not all. If you call now.
all right.
Oh,
We good.
Oh, hey, dude, what a good save.
that was so close.
I did
So
want
you
to give
can't-
you like a split second there to like focus.
Yeah, I heard you go, ooh.
So now that we have all the triggers, we could just plunge all the way down to the end of the Deep Factory segment, and all the doors open. And we're
So,
able
yeah.
to do the thing.
Hitting that trigger before we do that big plunge, just at the end, is actually like really difficult because we have to hit that trigger and void out at essentially the same time, so it puts us back up at the top. So if you don't go low enough to the floor, you don't hit the trigger, and if you go too low to the floor, you don't void out, you just land on the floor.
Oh, that's an incredible copy pasta. What are these copy pasta? Can we get a moderator in here, please? Thank you.
Also, we're just chilling out here because we can't attack the enemy. And if we chill up here, the enemy can't attack us.
Oh, now what?
Yeah, just gonna hang out on the bridge.
That sounds like a good time for a donation. Oh, just on cue. Devila donating $10, saying shoutouts to my sister. More than just cute.
I hope Pogo donates.
I hope so.
Well, thank you, Devil.
However, as far as I know, only the Moot can open that one.
Oh my god.
No.
I want
So,
to copy pasta that, but I don't want to.
Does by the way, does Tech, do you need to? Oh no, you're good. There's kind of a sound cue that you can listen for in the music. Do you do that? I know that some people do that.
I actually do heavies on the bridge after 9S says 98.
And you just count the heavies.
Yeah. So what we were waiting for there was just dialogue to finish and for the power to go out, so that way the boss can drop his shields, and now we're able to damage him. So we're just waiting for dealing enough damage and for him to change phases, and then the boss fight's over. Because we deal so much damage. We usually only need to get 1 attack from him, but we can also get 0 attacks from him. It was super fast.
I've had a theory for skipping that dialogue for a really long time, but I don't think it's possible. Getting over to this elevator and using elevator dialogue to skip it, but you would soft lock super easily.
I don't know.
I don't think so either. So are you going for, am I gonna have to explain something, or?
Are you? We're gonna have to see.
Nope.
Are you? Shabu doesn't get to talk for this.
Okay, no,
segment.
we're not skipping Shabu. Shabu, in effect.
Right. Sick.
This is your time
that's
to
a
shine,
skip.
dude.
So, that skip that he just didn't
Butchered.
quite get correctly is called Shabu skip for the reason that it usually skips me talking about, wow, look at this skip. So this is one of the very first skips that we do in the game in Prologue, and it's like the last official clip out that we do in the game. And I think that's so cool that it comes full circle, and it's very poetic and all the other stuff that I used to say when I was really passionate about talking about it. But it's cool. Yeah, it's cool that it like... That's why you keep mini-map.
Fuck you guys with your mini-map talk, dude.
Blue with the shade.
Well, you look at the mini.
Dude, mini-map lineups are the worst. We don't need a mini-map.
Also, shout out to Wisheng for finding that high jump over the fence.
No thanks.
Yeah.
We're all idiots, and Wisheng is at the god brain.
I'm heading back
Oh yeah,
to
I think the real reason
system.
Shabu Skip was
What
called
about
Shabu
you?
Skip is because I found it, but then we like retconned the reason onto
You
it.
never gave it a name.
Yeah, no, everyone else called it that. Because I was
It's
so
just
excited to
Shabu's
finally
skip.
find something useful.
Say again? I'm not receiving.
Because I... Anyway,
Nice belly flop 10 out of 10. Seems
Yeah.
good.
I agree. Are you gonna do Archlex way?
Let's
No, it's too late now. Sorry.
That's fine.
Sorry to disappoint.
So that was like probably most people's favorite skip in the game was Factory, and now we are just in boss rush mode. We are about to just go big hard on the bosses. I don't know what I was saying. I don't know what I was saying. It just kind of happened. I didn't know what to say, and it just came out.
For the children.
We're gonna fight. Yep, We're gonna fight bosses. That's all I was saying. We're gonna fight bosses.
I don't know about you guys. I'm about to
Well,
go
we're not
big
fighting
hard on
boss
these
right now.
bosses.
They're
What we're gonna
mini
do?
bosses.
Big hard.
It's a mob boss. It's like a boss of mobs. Yeah.
We should buff.
Mandatory fight rush
Mandatory
doesn't
fight. Yeah.
so.
Dude,
Oh,
Tech is
shockwaves
in
are
a big
great
hard
on this.
here.
Yeah. Shockwaves are
He's having a
dope here.
real big hard time here.
Dude, sometimes you just gotta live it up big and hard.
How to live it up big and hard, is that what you just said?
So sometimes those stubbies spawning in can prove a little bit of a nuisance, just because if you progress too far to the right-hand side of that burning area, then they can end up. So if you kill them too quick, so you have to kill them at the right pace in order for them to spawn into your spinning swords. Now it's the boss rush.
Yeah, now it's the boss rush. Also, that lightning in the water, we don't care. Just gonna eat it up. Tasty.
Dude, Six String knows what's up. Going to work with the big heart.
I'm an idiot. Alright, so right here we're hoping for a little bit of RNG. I know. This accident just came out. Ooh.
Oh, nice with the vacuum.
Instant vacuum.
Yeah. So there's some actual suck manipulation
I'm fine.
that you can do there.
Take this bastard down.
Told you, big hard on the bosses. Alright, so this is actually, he's going up onto this hill so that this boss lands right here. Normally it's freaking annoying to
He's too
to get
low.
him, but if you bring him up on this hill, then you can just damage glitch the crap out of him and
Yep, this is
you
bad.
can lose your footing. And
Yeah, sometimes that happens with this boss. He actually gets too high off of the ground that he becomes too cumbersome to damage glitch. This is known as the under damage glitch, where you just throw damage glitches, but you don't actually damage the boss.
Under
I've
damage
never heard that
glitch.
before. I've literally never heard that before. Yeah, the famous under damage glitch. Am I insane?
I actually agree with that blue metal hit. Focus
Can you hear me? Our village
is
under-
the suck,
The big suck manip, yeah.
the big suck manip.
Shit.
Sorry,
Right.
Manga TOS.
Also, shout out to Marble. They're coming, Craigasm. That was a
Dude.
piece of dialogue.
Tech showing off his slow spear dashing skills.
This slow-mo spear dashing did not go too well. You guys should watch world record holder Blue Metal for some really good slow-mo spear dashing.
I agree.
It's actually quite difficult in this part of the game, just because we are getting close to the end of a ending, and most people's PCs end up actually running quite slowly. Even on the console, the game kind of struggles with frame rates, and a lot of people have difficulty with maintaining 60 FPS, especially here, and across many people's PCs. Everybody has sorts of issues.
Are you going for the one cycle?
I was doing, but I missed too many damage glitches, so just gonna not.
Do be careful.
The under. Getting on. Just skips a little bit of dialogue, saves a little bit of time. Get down tonight.
We are basically coming up to the end of the game now anyway. This is about to be the last boss.
The area with forced connections. I think all these transmissions are making the machines go haywire. We have to find Eve and destroy him.
I'm surprised. I'm always shocked when people stream don't can actually stream this section, because so many people just look like a slideshow.
Everything must die.
All right, this is the last boss. He's got 4 phases, and they're all fun.
All of them?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of them are fun.
Okay, I'll trust
Even,
you.
even the one where you get platforms is fun too. Wait, what did I say? Platforms? Oh, no platform.
He did the thing, but he did not do the thing. You can explain what I'm saying. I'm tired.
So in that first phase, before he was doing his thing right now, Tech's not bothering to damage him.
No, I'm not gonna go for the
Where like this?
there's a phase skip you can do there,
Shutting him down.
but I never got it, so I didn't do it.
On it. Protecting unit 9S.
So in some cases we are waiting for dialogue, but in most cases we're just trying to damage the boss down as fast as we possibly can. Going into phase 3 now. Eve, well, Steve has lost his arm. I don't know where it went,
Oh, I think
but now he's really angry.
Mytharium has the game on Xbox One, so he could probably talk about that part, since people are talking about it in chat.
Well, I have the Xbox One port, but it's like 2015 one.
That was a lot of damage.
That is a lot of damage. Actually, here, more relevant to the game setup here. HP value on the boss, so that way he can get right underneath him and just self-destruct.
Boom.
So self-destruct deals a pretty significant amount of damage to the boss, and we just use it to burn him down the rest of the way. So here in phase 4, we're sort of very limited movement mode, where we can really only stumble and just fire our pod. Hope that Steve is a nice boy.
Yeah, it looks like he's stuck in the corner.
Come on,
No.
Eve. Stay there. Stay right.
Yep.
Oh, we're not.
Oops. Punch my microphone a little bit. Cool.
I'll do that
What
all
kind
the
of a time did I get? I've had my splits hidden.
1:27:05 right now, but you
Dude,
didn't.
that's not bad
you
then.
haven't,
Like a
finished,
1:27:30ish? That's okay. 27:40.
That's not bad. Is that what's her time on SRDC?
My time on SRDC, I don't know. It's like a 1:28 something. but
Tektheist 1:28:47.
I ran a
No,
1:26
42.
40 something a couple of days
Oh,
ago.
nice.
But yeah, that's Nier Automata. It's a really, really, really cool speed game.
It is really cool. Yeah. So, you guys want to plug your stuff on the way out?
Twitch.tv/Tektheist. Go subscribe to him. Join his Discord. He's the most important streamer here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm joined by Mytharium, who runs this game. He's really cool. He sometimes runs very hard, which is always funny to watch.
Funny.
You should,
Funny to watch.
you should go check him out. And of course, there is the ever amazing Shabu as well, who's been doing commentary, who doesn't run this game as much anymore, but I really enjoy watching Shabu stream. He's been playing Persona 3 recently. That's been really fun to watch also. But yeah, you guys should...
Find me at shabu_TM.
There you go, Shabu_TM. And I'm pretty sure Mytharium's just Mytharium, and I'm just Tektheist.
Yes.
And I also run DMC4 and DMC5.
Tech's dope. You should definitely follow him. His streams are very fun. So are Myths.
But yeah,
yeah.
that's basically it for us. We're like finished now, so I think what
I
we'll
hope you
do...
guys had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining me, dude. It was good fun.
It was really fun, honestly.
My
This
pleasure.
was one of the most fun commentaries I've done.
It's always fun with a couple drinks.
Damn, drunk Therium.
Yeah. Talking about the big hard and all that.
Hey, I wasn't the one who said big hard.
We have no proof of that.
I'm sure we could find proof.
Chat, I want you to check the VOD.
No.
Who said that?
It was Mytharium, right? Right, chat?
Right? Who are you gonna side with, chat? Are you gonna side with Shabu or are you gonna side with me? Huh?
It was Myth.
Pretty sure it was Shabu.
It was Kana.
It was
Yeah.
Kana. There we go. We'll settle
we go.
for that. It was Kanara.
Alright. Do we have to head out now?
I don't know. What?
I think so. If
what are we
have
doing?
to add Time Theist,
Time Feast. Dude, that's the
Time
second
Feast.
time you've done that.
dude, that's it's the greatest
We got time?
crossover ever.
Are you
We
ready
have
to
time?
run?
Hey, we
far?
have time for time.
Time for time?
Time Thief this.
Okay, yeah. Looks like time's ready.
Perfect.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for hanging out. Thank you all for the donations. Thank you all
Thank you
for
so
Donate
much.
more.
helping to
For
save
the
the kids,
children.
dude.
All right.
Okay. Do you guys want to say bye?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having us, guys.
Thanks for having us. It was so much fun, honestly.
Okay. Bye, everyone. Thank you all for hanging out.
Bye.
Bye.